take it away.
All right. I don't know if it's ever a good time to take 4 months off, but it just felt like the 16 weeks that I was away from work because I was taking care of my little one. Everything moved really fast. A lot of changes happened in the industry. I was kind of like watching from the outside, but of course, I mean, I did not have time or capacity to like take any actions. So today I just want to talk about like how I got up with I hope I did. How I caught up with the tech scene, the speeding tech scene after I came back from my maternity leave. And I'll get started. So, the first thing that was really helpful for me was bookmarking because, of course, I was scrolling through. Of course, I was like on different platforms in my time off. That's what I like to do in my free time. And what I did was I bookmarked everything that was interesting to me that I felt that I would have to revisit later. I have been doing that all my life. I mean, I had a million Medium articles bookmarked, but trust me, I never got to them. But this was different. This one I definitely got back to. But bookmarking didn't begin like only once I went for my time off, but also before. So it took a little bit of planning. And I really want to thank Amelia because long ago she gave a presentation about how she prepared for her maternity leave, and I took inspirations from that. I made a plan. I bookmarked all important queries that I have that I knew I would have to like come back to, and Claude was helpful. So for those who don't know, if you just like give this particular instruction to Claude, just tell it like I want pipeline execution issues which have these labels, and please like format the URL so that with this instruction, it gives you something that really works and it really I bookmarked all of them. There were many of them. So the bugs list, the S1, S2 list, you name it, because I knew that I would not like retain this information long enough if I don't keep doing this on a regular basis. Um, yeah, so all those bookmarks, they really helped. And Claude was, of course, like my companion after I come back. I was not using Claude as much before I went for the leave, but after coming back, there was so many questions in my head. I mean, I don't really feel any shame in asking that to my colleagues, but I mean, I still was much feeling much more free when I was asking it to Claude because this was a two-way conversation that kept on evolving. I kept on improving my prompt. I kept on adding to my questions, and there was so much of information that I gathered from all those conversations. Yeah, I did not rely all of them. I did do my own fact check, and I did learn quite a few from my own research as well. But nonetheless, I would like to give some credit to Claude, and I'm thankful that I had access to this. Next up was Slack. So of course, we are part of hundreds of channels, but I mean, in my daily work, I hardly go through all of them. But this time, when I was like in my first few weeks after coming back, I did kind of go to every channel, found out like all small little things that everybody from across the organization was doing that I felt would be relevant to my work going forward. And there was so much that I found. I would share the list of all those things with you in a while, but that was truly a gem. So even though this information only stays for 3 months, but in last 3 months, a lot had happened. I could totally see over Slack. Many processes also changed, so it was good to know, good to learn about those. Um, and based on everything, like all the bookmarks, everything I found on Slack, uh, I created an issue. I knew that I do need a knowledge reboot, and I wanted to like catch up on everything, not something that's very specific to my stage group or like categories in particular. So I created this issue, and this was so helpful that I like just can't express how helpful this has been ever since I came back. It has information from all around, like different GitLab issues, different Slack channels, things that I found on LinkedIn. So in that while, I also came across some workshops that were planned by certain handles that I followed. So I took this DMBA course a couple of years back, and I saw like the people who led that program, they were planning on doing an AI strategy sprint. So I signed up for that, and I did like attend this last weekend. It was free of cost, but all these things together, they really like hardened my knowledge around this topic, AI and SDLC. And it gave me like so much of confidence that I'm not lagging behind my peers, even users, and like really helped me build back that confidence and get back to work. Um, but at the same time, like there are things that were offered by GitLab. So this option to come back to work at 50% capacity for the first month, I took it the moment I got to know about it. At first, I was hesitant, but after a couple of days, I realized that the world is not the same for me. Things have changed. My ways have to change. And this adaptation process, it's not really that easy. So I took all the help that I could get, and I um, came back at 50% capacity for the first month. I'm glad I did that because it made it so much more easier for me to like just move certain pieces around in my own life, like to make my future better here, and like more to make myself more equipped to deliver my best in the coming days. And at the same time, I also knew that I had colleagues who were like actively researching, building things, and they kind of would have definitely accumulated some knowledge that I can tap into. And that's what I did. I looped in Erica, Pedro, and you can see like this extensive list that Pedro created. If anybody wants to like just go through this and refresh their knowledge about the agentic AI stuff or MCP, anything related to AI, I would say this is a really good resource. Thank you so much, Pedro, for this. At the same time, Erica also shared the different reports that she had shared in the Slack channel, and those were also like it was so easy to absorb all the information from the research happening when they're presented in the report form. Um, so yeah, that worked out really well as well. Um, and I did schedule an office hour with Erica. That was helpful as well. So these were the things that I did. And yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot to talk about today, but it's just I wanted to share with everyone that I had no idea about how easy or difficult this process will be, but I really got a lot of support in the on the way, and I feel like I am in a I mean I am at a good place now, and I don't really end up putting my foot in my mouth when I speak in different forums, in different meetings. So this particular piece of technology, I had never liked it before. I never used it. I had like strong sentiments against it, but now this ended up being a lifesaver. I got one, I gifted one to my husband, and he is also thankful for that. It's just like so helpful. Thank you, Apple, for creating this. It's just so easy to be in meetings so that and not be wired and not also have those bulky Bluetooth headphones on head. It makes movement so much easier. And like if there's any emergency, I can quickly just like attend to my baby immediately. And at the same time, throughout the day, I can listen to podcasts. Yes, I also listen to podcasts now. So those are the different, I would say, interests that I picked up that have been helping me a lot. So life before and life after. If there's one stark difference in that, it's AirPods. And when I said that I hope I don't end up putting my foot in my mouth, this is pretty much all I meant. I'm not as capable as this one, but I am trying. And yeah, this is all I had. I did share a link to this issue in the document. It's a great resource, I would say. If you have time and you have interest, please make use of it. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Does anyone have any questions or follow-ups? I don't see anything in the agenda. I guess the only thing I would ask is there anything that you would do differently if you were to go through this again, knowing what you know now?
Since everything kind of worked, I would say maybe not very different. But yeah, I changed my device after I came back. That was a bad call. I had to reinstall GDK and do all of that all over again, and that kind of was the toughest part. Um, I don't know, in my 5 years here, I've never found that part easy. Reinstalling GDK and all the dependencies and getting things up and working again. Um, yeah, everything else was really smooth, so it's all good.
Great. You mean you got a new laptop? Is that what you meant?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I could see how that would be an extra burden to have to deal with.
I asked for it. That's the bad thing. Like, I asked for the new device.
It's always be careful for what you wish for, and the wishes that come true tend to be more difficult than the ones that don't. All right, great. Well, thank you for that. I will